Hello, I'm Sebastian. Welcome to Nine Nar Trees podcast. Today, I will summarize and review the book. Credence by Penelope Douglas delves into an emotionally charged narrative, deeply exploring the complexities of love, loss, and self-discovery. At the heart of the story is Tiernan de Haas, a 17-year-old whose life dramatically transforms after she loses her wealthy but distant parents. Sent to live with Jake Vanderberg, her father's estranged stepbrother, Tiernan moves from the bustling comfort of Los Angeles to the rugged, isolated mountains of Colorado. There, she meets Jake and his two sons, Noah and Caleb, each complicated yet appealing characters who challenge and alter her perspective on life, family, and love. Away from society's constraints and expectations, Tiernan not only discovers her independence, but also finds herself immersed in tangled relationships that test emotional and moral boundaries. Douglas presents a vivid exploration of intimate relationships that blend tenderness and intensity, skillfully addressing themes such as grief, mental health, isolation, and desire. Credence invites readers to question conventional norms in romance and family dynamics, demonstrating how the scars we carry can be both obstacles and bridges to deeper connections. I will give you key takeaways from this book. Firstly, family and loss. Penelope Douglas focuses intensely on the theme of family and loss within Credence. Tiernan's parents were successful yet emotionally distant, leaving her wealthy but deeply solitary upon their untimely demise. Her transition to life with Jake Vanderberg and his sons emphasizes how loss affects interpersonal relationships differently. Engagement with Jake, Noah, and Caleb brings to the forefront the different ways that grief manifests, as each character exhibits diverse responses to emotional trauma. Douglas carefully weaves the pain of abandonment and the subsequent challenges of creating trust and intimacy following significant loss. Through this exploration, the author illustrates how characters evolve from isolated beings into interconnected individuals because of, not despite, their shared grief. The novel thoroughly explores loss's transformative power, showing how it shapes Tiernan's worldview, self-perception, and personal growth, all while redefining her understanding of family bonds. Secondly, self-discovery. Amid isolation, Credence prominently highlights the transformative nature of isolation on a person's self-discovery journey. Set against Colorado's remote, mountainous backdrop, the novel underscores the contrast between Tiernan's previously sheltered urban existence and her new life outdoors in physical isolation. Without societal expectations and pressures, she begins confronting herself honestly and directly for the first time. Her progression permits a connection with her true identity and dreams, further defining who she has been and who she desires to become. Tiernan's solitude, combined with the harsh beauty of her mountainous surroundings, allow readers to witness profound transformations in her character. Through isolation, Douglas creatively expresses an important paradox. Solitude can initially feel suffocating, but ultimately provide great freedom, clarity, and healing. This process also emphasizes self-reliance, self-accountability, and the crucial paths individuals take toward authenticity and personal truths outside social norms and expectations. Thirdly, complexity of romantic relationships. Credence has gained attention not merely as a coming-of-age story. It extensively addresses the unconventional intricacy of romantic relationships. Once Tiernan arrives in Colorado, the emotional and physical attraction she develops toward Jake, Noah, and Caleb raises profound questions about morality, desire, and relationship boundaries. Each connection offers something unique to Tiernan. Jake represents maturity, strength, and stability. Noah embodies warmth, compassion, and friendship. And Caleb brings passion, intensity, and raw emotion. Through these different romantic explorations, Douglas assesses the nature of desire, attraction, and intimacy free from society's conventions. However contentious, the novel doesn't shy away from addressing taboo and controversial relationship dynamics, inviting readers to challenge preconceived notions and promoting an exploration of love's fluidity, complexity, and variety. Fourthly, mental health and emotional trauma. Douglas does an exceptional job in Credence exploring the realm of mental health and emotional trauma with sensitivity and depth. Tiernan, along with Jake, Noah, and Caleb, Each carry buried emotional traumas influencing their behaviors and relationships. The narrative presents mental health realistically and compassionately, particularly addressing repression of feelings, inability to communicate effectively, and struggles linked to past traumas. Caleb, notably through his silence and complexity, exemplifies profound emotional struggles, illustrating how unprocessed trauma manifests differently and silently through behavior rather than words. The book effectively deciphers the character's coping mechanisms, patterns of attraction, avoidance, self-destructive tendencies, and eventual paths toward healing. This sincere representation underscores the necessity of acknowledging and addressing mental health openly, highlighting the substantial impact that emotional trauma recovery and mental wellness play in identity building and forming stable relationships. Lastly, defiance of societal norms. One of Credence's defining elements is its exploration and defiance of societal norms. Penelope Douglas strategically crafts situations that push beyond traditional boundaries, especially concerning familial dynamics, sexuality, love, and morality itself. The novel ponders deeply over social taboos through each romantic encounter Tiernan develops with her guardians, involving complexities surrounding consent, power dynamics, and conventional acceptability. The story examines the tension between innate human desires and societal constructs, encouraging readers to question their own responses to issues commonly deemed inappropriate or morally ambiguous. The shockingly honest presentation of unconventional relationships challenges the reader's comfort zone, provoking reflection on the often arbitrary nature of moral judgments society imposes. Through these exploratory themes, Douglas demonstrates courage in her writing, encouraging readers to embrace empathy and understanding above judgment and prejudice. In conclusion, Credence by Penelope Douglas is ideally suited for mature readers who seek a profound emotional journey, filled with complex characters, moral ambiguity, and an expressive narrative style. Individuals interested in character-driven stories that explore deep-seated emotional trauma, unconventional romantic plots, and the intricate nuances of self-discovery will find immense value in this book. What distinguishes Credence from other romantic coming-of-age novels is Douglas's exuberant willingness to broach topics that others might avoid, delving into the raw and uncomfortable truths of human desire, morality, and familial boundaries. Readers benefit greatly by witnessing the novel's authentic portrayal of mental health struggles, coping mechanisms, self-reflection, and the healing processes, portraying characters who are genuinely flawed and complex rather than idealized. Furthermore, the depth of character development and emotional realism within this novel can lead readers toward insightful introspection about their own biases, relationships, and personal growth trajectories. This genuine and unapologetic narrative is why Credence stands out. Its powerful ability to profoundly affect readers, urging them to challenge their perceptions and societal norms. Ultimately, anyone craving intense emotional storytelling that pulls no punches in portraying vulnerable yet resilient characters will find Credence to be a deeply satisfying and transformative read. If you would like to support Penelope Douglas, you can buy the book through the Amazon link I've provided in the podcast description. After reading the book, please let me know what you think and share your thoughts. See you around.